there's a space in the middle. A centrist. Are you two-dimensional? Flat like paper? Is that you? What if we could go even farther? This is always my favorite part. What if we did this? And we had another one that went into Mr. Herman's room. I always wanted to do that. Like he's in there with his kids, and all of a sudden this just shoots into his room. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, we're three-dimensional, man. We cannot be limited. We cannot be limited by the board. Because our thoughts and the way we think is so deep. We think in 3 dimensions. That we can't be limited by simple lines, yes and no, one way or the other. Our thoughts are deep. Deeper than the candidates and what they're thinking. And what are all these? They're just labels. I didn't put any of your names up here. They're just labels. And what we label our thinking, you took the test, didn't you? You're the one that took the test. And where are you? How would you label yourself? How would you label yourself? Where would you be? Would you be cooking popcorn, talking to a cell phone, or are you a Hulk? I don't know. Have you ever had these types of conversations with your parents? Do you even talk to your parents at all? Do you know that there are other people living in your house? Sometimes. So I'm going to give you an assignment. Are you ready? Pencils and pens at the ready. Here we go. So over the course of this weekend, I want you to have a conversation with your mom and or dad. Yes, the person who pays the bills and used to cart you around. I want you to have a conversation with them. Okay? So here's how you're going to do it. Mom and or dad, I would like to sit down and talk with you for 15 minutes. You're right. I need to help you with the script. I took a political survey test in government this week, and I would like to share what I learned. It says, I most closely identify with fill in the blank candidate. And I learned that that means that I would describe my thinking with fill in the label from the labels. How would you describe what label you would use for you? Now you're asking your parents this question. How would you describe your label? Because adults label themselves. They don't need a test to tell them. They label themselves. And then ask them this follow-up question. When and why would you apply that label? Like, at what point in their life did they start thinking of themselves in that way? And why do they think of themselves in that way? Okay. Now, when you are ready to have this conversation, whatever room you're in, make sure you have an escape route. Okay? Make sure the doors are unlocked. You know how to get out quickly. Okay? Because if you've ever been around your parents when they talk politics, sometimes the volume starts going up. All right? Every once in a while something gets thrown. Okay? There may be a stomp out. Okay? So just know where the escape routes are and how to use them. Now, when you're done with your conversation, you're going to go to the Google form in the Google Classroom, and you're going to see on the form that these questions I've given you are there. I want you to fill in the boxes with what your parents say. Now, for some of you, that's going to be a 500-page essay. I don't want you to type that. Hit the highlights, okay? In the boxes, hit the highlights. When you're done, you're going to share that with Mr. Skordos and I, and we're going to look that over. There are no right or wrong answers. There are only incomplete answers. Does that make sense? Okay. Some of you are going to come in on Tuesday, and you're going to be grounded. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. Some of you may come in on Tuesday with some bruising. That's okay. We have medical professionals. We can help you. You will heal. Okay? I learned a long time ago that I don't discuss this with my own father. I'm 50 years old. I won't get in a room with him and talk these issues. Like we talk baseball. Like we can't talk. I could throw a name like that out, and I know I need to walk out right then. Because it's going to get crazy. And I know you've been around your parents when this has happened. And I'm going to say, sometimes the more entertaining conversations are when they're both in the room together. So if you have that opportunity, take it. Trust me. It's fun. Oh, and always make sure you have snacks. Snacks is good. Okay? Questions about any of this or what I'm asking you to do. You understand what it is you need to do to complete the assignment. It's a big assignment, okay? It's dangerous work. And so we make it worth your while. We make it worth a lot of things, okay? All right, good stuff.